HB, that's the last time we talked to him on air. I don't even know what year that was. Maybe 2018.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
that was 7 years ago.
That's way too long.
I know that is too long. That's crazy.
What's that about, man? Did Heather say something that upset you?
No. We talk. We're cool. I don't know if you still like me. Nah, I'm just playing.
No, it's true. When Wiz walked in, the first thing I did is I threw a punch at him just to test to see if the MMA was real. I seen him on videos and stuff. We go all fake a video. And I threw a punch at him, Tracy, right at his solar plexus. And Wiz came back with a counter that I didn't even see.
You wasn't ready for it?
It was like automated.
Controlled, too, though.
It was controlled. He kind of pulled back. That would have been an ugly headline. Wiz Khalifa knocks out.
Beat the shit out of Sway in his own studio. Knockout.
But this shit is real.
He tried to sneak me because it was dark and I had sunglasses on.
That's way.
Chill, Sway. You might have a new song called Black and Blue.
Oh, wow. Hey, but it was crazy, Wiz, because you had no idea I was going to do that, and we ain't seen each other in 7 years.
That's funny.
And your counterpunch was so fast, and you sleepy and everything. This shit is just in you now, huh?
I mean, you tried it. You seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I love you, though.
That's it.
Yo, I love you too, Wiz, man. Give it up for Wiz Khalifa is here, man. That's one of my favorite people.
Oh, for sure.
When people say, who's some of the coolest people you ever met in the industry, you are definitely in the, I don't have a list, but you're in the top 5 people I mentioned.
Yeah.
And I watched how you navigated and how you evolved and stayed the same person. Wiz is I'm not going to admit that one on air. I remember going on tour with you once, and you got me to indulge in something I've never indulged in. I don't know if you recall that.
Yeah.
Little breakfast.
Show was good, exactly.
Little breakfast.
Little breakfast food. I don't usually eat breakfast.
Okay.
But they were serving some broccoli.
All right.
And eggs, and we did that. Wiz, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, man.
Wiz Khalifa is here. Kush
Yes.
and OJ too. We talking about that, man.
Yep.
And we're just catching up, man. I got to ask you first, though. We were talking about the NFL draft, and a lot of us thought that your Steelers were going to pick up Shedeur Sanders.
Man.
That did not happen.
I know.
What are your thoughts on that, man? Was you hoping for that, or?
I'm with whatever the city wants, man. Yeah, I'm political when it comes to that.
Whatever's good for the city, good for
Whatever's
Wiz.
good for the city, man.
But then that would have been dope, man. Prime time would have been in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it would have been cool. It would have been fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, yep.
Damn, this dude is good now.
Yeah.
He's speaking on it. He gonna leave that to the Mike Tomlin and the owners.
Okay, well, let's go back to Black and Yellow when it first dropped in 2010. Off that Rolling Papers project. That's 2010.
That's crazy.
That's 15 years ago. And to this day, it's still an anthem since you mentioned the city, not just for the Steelers, but for the Penguins and the Pirates.
Yep.
They all play it today, man. Have you gotten used to that, man? Does that still blow you away?
It still trips me out. Like, if I'm watching the game or something like that and they play Black and Yellow, I'm like, hey, they're playing Black and Yellow. Like, it's like an honor to me, you know? And it could have just happened at that time and then went out of style or whatever. Somebody could have made a new anthem or something like that. But to, be a part of the city's legacy like that and to really get that much love, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's big, man. That's one of those ones that's going to play forever.
Yeah.
I think so.
Right?
I think we good.
Is that your biggest song to date, would you say, in terms of impact?
See You Again.
See You Again. Oh,
Yeah.
See You Again.
Yeah. See You Again is my biggest song as far as impact, as far as views on YouTube, as far as streams, all of that.
It's See You Again.
See You Again.
All
Did
right.
you feel that? I mean, I know sometimes as an artist, you can walk out the studio and like, I think I got one. I feel good about this one. But with that, See You Again being your biggest, did you feel something after the song was mixed, mastered, and complete? What were your thoughts?
I was really excited because of the process that I went through to make the song, because they had a bunch of artists who they wanted on the song as well, but they ended
Who's
up
they?
just the producers for the movie.
Okay,
for
okay.
Fast and Furious.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah, so they put that whole song together. Charlie had written it and played the the pianos and all that, and then they made the beat together. But I was only supposed to write one verse. It was supposed to just be 8 bars. But they liked my part so much that they just kept giving me more and more sections to write. And then it just ended up being me and Charlie on there. And then so I knew that they were going to go crazy with it, but I didn't know it was going to be #1 for like 12 or 13 weeks and, just continue on. It was to honor Paul Walker,
right?
But it connected with so many other people who had lost somebody or, were moving to different stages of their life, where it just became the song that represented that. And now it's, still up there as one of the most, streamed and viewed songs in freaking history.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Dude went from making a project called Rolling Papers to having one of the biggest songs.
How many views is that? That's
that?
something billion.
John? How many
It's like 6 billion. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah,
that's almost everybody on earth has watched that song.
That says 6 billion.
Almost every person on earth has watched that song.
That's
Bro,
wow.
put that in perspective. Almost every person on earth.
Yeah.
That's enough views to cover nearly everybody on earth.
Yeah.
You're Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah. How crazy is that? Because I told you the last time you were here that I loved your doc. Like, I watched that series, and I'm hoping for more, that you do something like that. And I remember a specific clip where you're, like, in a backyard performing for maybe, like, less than 20 people. And now Sway makes this note that almost every person on earth has viewed this. Like, the jump from 20 people to almost everybody on the planet.
Yeah.
Come on, Wiz. Like,
it's awesome. Like, talk about being, like, the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be chosen to be that person.
Amen.
And my work and my talents and the way that I treat people and the things that I find important and put my time into, I think that's why I continue to get blessed as well. Like, that's not it for me. That's just one of the great things that I'm able to do with my platform and in life, and I'm just blessed with that. And I also value just being able to still go outside and walk around. Like, even though every, person on earth has seen my video, they're not at my door, like, trying to take my time. So I live a really normal life along with that. And I think that that's the real blessing that goes with it.
Wiz Khalifa's here, man.
Yeah.
You've done really well with your business.
Thank you.
Your businesses that you started. And when I think of Taylor Gang, and I think of his legacy now, when you think of the Juicy J's, who was already a legend by the time he got with Taylor Gang, Ty Dolla $ign, when you think of Burner, all of these different folks. We had Leon Thomas on the other day, and he was talking about his affiliations as well.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts now? What is the Taylor Gang's legacy to you?
Taylor Gang's legacy to me is we just contributed a lot to the culture.
Yeah.
Whether it be style of dress, music influence, or lifestyle as well. We created a lot of bosses, whether it's in music or behind the scenes too. There's a lot of cameramen who watch Day to Days who were like, man, I'm super inspired by you, and I bought my first camera. See, my man was like, yeah, me,
PB.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of different people, not just music oriented, but just a part of the culture who we influenced to bossed up and motivated to make their own moves. And I think Taylor Gang had a lot to do with that, just watching us and seeing how hard we work, but also how much we put our friends on, how peaceful we are. We weren't pushing anything that's going to hurt you or send you to jail. I went to jail a couple times, but it was just for weed. It wasn't for anything like, you know what I mean? It was just me making a stance for what I believed in. And, a lot of that attitude, goes through just the whole Taylor Gang in general, just how, you could see them supporting me on our promo runs.
Yeah.
You see the homies in the vans with us, and we had the radio stations together, and we're doing it in a way where people can look up to us and be like, man, I want to do it like that. And that has also spawned really successful careers. So I think that's what our legacy really is.
I love it, man. You went to jail for something you believe in.
Yeah.
Weed.
Yep.
And now weed is legal.
It's legal. Yep.
Because you went to jail, Wiz. Thank you, man. Wiz,
solid citizen right there.
That's a citizen.
I got you. Don't even trip.
What's that you drinking, Wiz?
It's Liquid Death. It's water.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. You never seen that before?
Somebody came by the show and was talking about the name of that water, Liquid Death.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's a company that I'm invested in as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's
Liquid
everywhere though. Like
very
it's in
popular.
stores. We have a deal with Live Nation, so all the Live Nation events, when you go there, they serve Liquid Death.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Every time you say that, my heart palpitates.
What, the Liquid Death?
Oh shit! It happened again. Yo, who came up with the name?
The company did already. It was kind of premeditated. Just their whole marketing is. Our whole marketing is it's really extreme. It's to appeal, it's to shock, but it's also just water.
It's just water.
It's just water.
Yeah, it is water.
That's it. When you talk about marketing, you done so well marketing. Whether you talk about Khalifa Kush or now Liquid Death, Taylor Gang, you got the gin, right?
Yep.
As well. How much would you learn promoting mixtapes, where it all pretty much started for you? How much of that, learning how to market and promote mixtapes, was able to transcend into other products?
All of it. Because it's promoting a lifestyle. And as soon as I found my identity through mixtapes and social media, I was able to promote myself better than anybody could. And it's still like that. And that's why any company that comes to me to help grow their company, they know how, good I am at that and how important that is to growing companies. And any company that I have that's successful, you see me out in front of it and you see me working it and you see me, on Zoom calls and doing meet and greets and the stuff behind the scenes, as well as, pushing it on a larger scale, because that's what, like you said, in the mixtape game, that's what really matters is the groundwork. You can't just slap your face on something or put your name on something and expect it to go to the top.
Right.
Anybody, if they have a tequila business, whatever it is, you'll see the difference between people who just put their name on it and people who actually work. Yeah, and that's what I do for my companies. I really work.
The same way he started, it's the same way you're doing it now.
Yeah, yep.
I want to take you back to like 2010 in the mixtape era, when it went from physical to digital.
Yep.
You remember that time period? A lot of people were scared. A lot of people embraced it. And I was thinking back to what was out when Kush and Orange Juice came out. And you had Meek Mill's Flamers 3. Rick Ross was out with that Albert Anastasia. Chris Brown and Tiger had Fan of a Fan. Mac Miller, rest in power. I said his name. Clap your hands, please. He had the Kids mixtape. J. Cole had Friday Night Lights. Kendrick, Crit, Cameron, Jadakiss. They all had mixtapes. And I remember Kush and OJ became the #1 tape that year.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
We were all over it with our mixtape Mondays and MTV.
Yeah, and I really appreciate it because that helped push it to the top, man.
Oh, yeah. Rob Markman going out there, Ramon, Shaheem,
because I was just a kid, like, watching y'all in the crib. And I'm like, man, I hope that they'll play it. And they did. And I remember we shot my own footage and sent it to y'all. Y'all was used to, like, coming out and seeing fools. I was like, nope, we gonna shoot it. We'll send it to y'all. Y'all looked at it. I was like, it's actually good.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And I remember that time. And you got mixtape of the year, man. And how did that, how gratifying? What did that make you feel at that time?
That made me feel so good because mixtapes were the most popular thing at that time.
Yeah.
They were more popular than Fool's albums, and that's what made labels really start to consider us and look at us like, okay, wow, maybe there's a new wave, because we were doing something on an underground level that, they were paying millions of dollars to try to do. And, we gained a lot of people's respect with that.
Yeah.
So, for the fans, it was a good moment, too, to let them know how strong their support was. It's like, man, y'all pushing us to the top. Y'all are making us so popular that, these people are starting to pay attention to us. So it was just a good moment for the for everybody. It was a shift.
It was a shift. I'm glad I was there, man. I've been a part of a lot of shifts.
You helped it.
Yeah, thank you, man.
That's why you threw the punch?
That's why I threw the punch at Wiz. It's counter punch.
Yeah, just wondering.
I'm still scared of that counter punch. And I remember it was J. Cole, but it was a young Kendrick.
Yep.
You know, a young you.
Yep.
And you fast forward and look at y'all now.
Yeah.
You have a young Drake too. You
Yep.
know, and look at y'all now, man. That you guys to sustain 15 or more years in any business, let alone the music business, let alone as a MC, as a rapper, is rare.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
You're in rare company.
Yeah, definitely. I'm proud of us. And it doesn't even seem like that long. Because, like, if you would have said, you know, from the 90s, 15 years before that, like, there's a huge difference in those eras.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like, to just be cool still is enough. But, like, we're successful. We're able to sell out tours. We're able to release albums. Our fans are still, you know, hungry and embracing our music. We're making new fans. We still got love for each other. And we're all still, you know, sharing our platforms and things like that. So it's a beautiful thing.
Congratulations, HB.
With so many accomplishments, wish lists. I'm wondering, I'm listening to you talk. Just personally, you already know, like, I adore you. Like, I consider you a little brother in my heart and spirit.
Same.
Thank you. Super Bowl. I see you hitting that stage one day. Is that on the wish list of yours at all? If you don't mind sharing.
I think eventually. I just want to keep building up. Like that's just my main goal. Especially with this album, I feel like it's kind of like a reset and like a chance for me to do what I've done again, but just at a different point in my life, and where people might not consider me for that stuff earlier on in my career or now in my career. I think the second time around, or maybe even the third time around, I could be considered for that type of stuff.
Yeah, because I could just see it. I mean, I said the last time, he's the only artist I feel that I can remember, Sway, maybe you could correct me, that had two anthems for two separate professional football teams. You got Black and Yellow with the Steelers, and then We Them Boys with the Cowboys. I've never seen anything like that before. You know, so to have two anthems, you could do a Super Bowl at any point. You know what I mean?
Any given point.
At any given point.
Crazy.
And they'll go crazy. I mean, why are you shaking your head like this? It's a crazy.
No, I didn't even think about the Cowboys thing, but you're right.
At any point. So it's like, hit that stage. Hey, Jay, what you doing, ho? No,
it's cool. Give me like 10 years. I'm going to be buffer. I'm going to look better. My hair is going to be longer. So I'm going to be even more of a superstar.
Hey.
He said I'm going to be buffer.
Wait,
get a little muscles down. Throw counter punches.
I'm going to look better in 10 years. So invite me then.
I believe it, Wiz. I believe it because I feel like in recent years, it's almost like the W in Wiz has stood for wellness. You know, because as you're so welcome. I love that. I'm a big time wellness junkie. And so seeing that you invested in something like Liquid Death that is all about hydration, you know, how you're showing your fitness routine that I'm sure is inspiring Sway after that punch. Everything that you're doing to just maintain not only, you know, the preservation of your muscles, like you're saying, but also it sounds like mental health. You're also a meditator. I'm wondering, when you really embraced your wellness routine, did it shift your relationship with creativity or performance? Like, does a healthier Wiz approach songwriting and being on stage differently than the Wiz earlier?
I think just lifestyle, motivation-wise, it changed. I used to get a lot of energy from the chaos and just sleeping on couches and traveling and not getting sleep, and that's kind of what, you know, this business promotes. And you know, they tell you that that's how you have to live to succeed. So, you know, I just threw myself all the way in there. And the older that I got and the more I started to take care of myself, the more I realized that that's not what I need. I need some rest. I need some time to detach. I only got about 3 days of going hard, and you know what I'm saying? And then I need to fall back and, you know, recalibrate. and just being comfortable with those things and not having to chase this, these results all of the time. I think the wellness part, helped me to be more comfortable with that. And now when I do go to create, I'm just happy with what I can and do at the time. So I don't put so much pressure on, the things that I can't control. And I really just focus on what makes me happy at the time. And sometimes it might not be going to the studio, or sometimes it might not be doing a feature or whatever. And those are the times where I just use that for myself. And then there is time where I do have to grind and I do have to go hard and I do have to make myself uncomfortable. But I'm already doing that, by working out and by pushing myself and by centering myself. So when it comes time to do that, I feel way better and I have the energy for it. So it's just like a crazy little balance that when you understand your body and you understand breathing, you understand your energy and you understand your mind and all of that stuff, it kind of just works together and you don't feel like you're missing out on anything.
It's all intertwined, right? Versus compartmentalizing all aspects of your life. That's a beautiful note. Ting you for sharing.
I love it. Wiz Khalifa is here. Yep. Lines are lit up. 888-742-3345. Before I go to him, Kush OJ was such a undeniable classic.
Yeah.
And now you got part 2.
Yep.
Before I ask you the question, why part 2? For you, off mic, we were talking about what makes a classic album for you.
Yeah.
What makes a classic album? What makes an album
a classic album is something that you have to listen to over and over again, and it reminds you of the best times of your life.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times it'll remind you of discovering your first classic album, like when you find your older cousin's album that you ain't really supposed to have, or you might look at the cover and not even know who the artist is, but you see the track list and you see all these names and you're just discovering and you're like, I like this one, I love this one, I love this artist, I like this beat, this intro, this interlude, like everything about the album just takes over, your existence at that time. Mm-hmm. That's what makes a classic album.
Yeah, well, you put together some classic albums.
Yeah.
What was your biggest challenge with putting together this one, part 2?
My biggest challenge with putting this together was just letting go and letting it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I started it, I had to check myself because I was really trying to make concepts that weren't there.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that? Like,
I was looking for the inspiration that I had for the first one.
Okay.
And I was forcing the inspiration instead of just being the inspiration. And then I had to just get off of social media and I had to detach and I had to look at old pictures of myself and watch old day-to-days and old videos and really just check myself and like, I wasn't forcing anything. I was happy. I was enjoying myself. So I had to just enjoy myself. I had to have a great time.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started having fun and, challenging myself to do things that I told myself I wouldn't do, which was, revisit Kush Orange Juice anyway. I told people I would never do that. So that was the first thing, was like really revisiting it, not just making something that I call Kush Orange Juice 2, but really revisit Kush Orange Juice and make it number 2. And as soon as I, figured out what that was and what that pocket felt like, I started enjoying myself. I started, doing things that other people enjoyed and I was getting really good feedback from. So when I'm getting feedback, I know how to work off of that really well. And it just made the process, something where I started a little not knowing where I was going, and then just made it very clear.
Mike and Keys, Problem. You hit up a lot of guys from out here to help with this project, right?
Yeah, I did.
Why was that? It just happened that way?
I wanted to work with Problem because, Jason Martin is his name now.
Oh, Jason Martin. Yeah, my bad, Jay.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to work with Jason because early in my career, before anybody even knew who I was, when I was promoting this song called Say Yeah. It was my first single when I was signed to Warner Brothers. I worked in the studio with Terrace Martin and Problem. and they were like my first, industry homeboys who kind of like showed me, the game. Like, just out here, it's a little bit different. There's radio, there's this, there's that. There's just relationships are a little bit different, and I always admired their sound as well. And I just felt like it was really important for me to lock in with some people sonically who looked at music the same way that I did, because doing Kush Orange Juice 2, the album, I wanted it to have a certain sonic, integrity to it. I didn't want it to just be something that came and went, or like even blended in with what was out now. I wanted it to stand out because of the nature of the music. It's really funky, it's soulful, it's jazzy, it's like ambient, like, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff that you have to treat it the right way. And those are dudes, including DJ Quick, those are dudes that I really trusted as far as taking the sound and making it sound the way that it's supposed to.
I love it, man. We got Wiz Khalifa here. I'm going to open up the phone lines, 888-741-7.
888-742-3345. You never look at my signals.
Okay, my bad, Heather B. I'm going to play How We Act with OT Genesis.
All right, cool.
Nice.
Okay, and then we'll come back and talk more about the project. It's Wiz Khalifa, Kush and Orange Juice 2, Shade 45.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Sway couldn't remember the phone number to his own studio and station. It's okay, citizens. If you want to holler at Wiz, 888-742-3345. And I think the coolest thing about listening to this music, we were all just nodding our head in agreement. It's like, it's that summertime music. This is the perfect time of year for this project to drop, and we all just going to be riding around and rocking to this music.
And check it out, man. They going on tour for this,
I know.
too. What's the name of the tour, Wiz?
It's called the Taylor Gang, the World Tour.
Okay, and just so happened that Wiz and I and Reggie and Quasi, we all teamed up because we're giving away tickets to the tour on SwayzUniverse.com.
Crazy.
Wiz, you want to say that?
Yeah, we launching a concert ticket giveaway on SwayzUniverse.com. And the giveaway is launching today, and it ends on May 1st.
Okay,
nice.
So make sure y'all get. Hey, look up at the camera too, Wiz. I'm about to use you like a commercial.
Oh yeah, enter on Sway's Universe, and we will be picking a winner to go to to the Taylor Gang the World Tour. All concert dates are listed on the site.
All right, SwayzUniverse.com.
About to use you like a commercial. Crazy.
Hey man, you got a Max B interlude on this album,
I
right?
do, man.
You talk to Max B, bro?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, shout out to Big Avell.
That's wavy.
Yeah, probably like once or twice a month, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
How is he?
He's doing good. He's supposed to be coming home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell Max I said what up, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You know, I know we've been waiting on that for quite some time.
Yeah. I mean, me too. I'm just happy that he was just, so generous with the verse. Like, a lot of people probably hit him up. I haven't heard him on anybody's project like that. So when we hit him up and he sent us the vocals, and his team too as well. Shout out to his team. But that's family right there.
Yeah, and what's dope is he can make money.
Yeah.
Because he put this on your project, right?
Absolutely.
That's part of the plan, too.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of opportunities when he comes home, so,
Amen.
All right, man. Okay, we going to the phone lines. Wiz Khalifa here. Zaya is on the line. What up, Zay?
Zay, my nephew.
What up? What's going on?
What up, Zay?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
What up, everybody? I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. What's up, Wiz?
What's happening?
I want to say, man, shout out to the album. Yo, I was listening to the first one at an age I probably shouldn't have been, but you've been one of my favorite artists for a minute, man. But I had a question for you. So I recently won a startup competition for my business, Sable Wellness. It's a cannabis business, and I wanted to ask you, like, what challenges have you might have seen when you first got into the industry? Khalifa, Kush, and everything. What challenges you faced and overcame, and then where do you see the industry heading towards?
The main challenges are just the laws, how much they change, and, just doing things legally so you can be in business long term. I've had some partnerships with some people, and, there's been some agreements that turned into disagreements, and a lot of that, it gets in between the business. But as long as it can be worked out in the long run, just try to do things the most legal way so you can last in this thing, because people will try to come for you. And I think just the industry in general I see it growing, and I see it being something that is worldwide that we can all benefit from, and even on an independent level, not even just on a large scale. So just definitely keep growing, keep pushing, and just learn as much as you can about everything, so you can stay down in this thing for a minute.
Okay, Zay?
Appreciate you.
No doubt.
Zay, go ahead and ask him about the collaboration you want to talk to him about with Khalifa Kush. Go ahead, man. You don't want to do that now? You want to save it?
Why you? No, this is my nephew for real. This
is
like,
the real nephew.
This is a real nephew. You did a happy birthday video for him like the first time when he was like 10.
Oh, okay.
Because he was way too young listening to your music for real.
As
and that's why Sway is egging him on, right? He literally just won a competition, won $10,000 at his college.
Yeah.
He's about to graduate next week, and he's in the cannabis industry.
Yeah, congrats, man. Get your grow on.
Yeah, Khalifa Kush subsidiary brand. I just threw that out there. All right.
One of these days.
Well, okay.
You still pushing the collab.
One of these days.
We see Wiz once every 7 years. We got to get this off, man. Zay, congratulations. You a super.
Congratulations, nephew. I love you. And I'll see you next week at your graduation.
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
Okay, we're going to go through these phone lines. Jasmine in Iowa, go ahead.
What up, Jazz?
How you doing?
Jazzy.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Hey.
Good morning to you, Wiz.
What up?
I just wanted to tell you that your music was like a huge part of my high school soundtrack. Like every time I listen to Kush Orange Juice or Burn After Rolling, I'm just like taken back to my first car and riding around listening to that with my friends. And yeah, you were just really huge in my high school years. And I'll never forget, I got to see you October 4th, 2010 in Iowa City, Iowa. I had my parents drop me off 2 hours early just so I could get there front row. And yeah, it was a really cool experience. So just wanted to give you your props and let you know that I was a huge fan of yours.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And that's what I do it for, fans just like you, and to try to make new fans, making new memories, and just being the soundtrack to the best times of somebody's life. So I really appreciate that.
Wow, Jazz.
I appreciate you too.
Man, Jazz, you and Wiz go together like 15 years now.
You feel me?
Come on. You a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
All right. We got Lucas in Montana. Lucas, what's your question?
Lucas.
Oh, Wiz, what's up?
What's
Hey,
up,
nobody
bro?
calls from Montana. I never hear it.
Yeah, man, you it.
You know.
There you go. You starting the
much
trend.
love to the crew. Much love to Wiz. Hey, Wiz, I just want to say you and Matt got me through a big part of my life. Much love. I want to give you guys your flowers. But what motivates you to stay in the gym besides that flower?
I just really like going to the gym. It's not a chore for me. I really enjoy being in there. It's a challenge. It's not easy, but it's something that every day I get a little bit better at, and I like feeling, accomplished when I'm done. Yeah.
There it is. All
That's
right.
That's right. Hey, can I give a shout out to my wife? My anniversary tomorrow, 7 years in the bag, Chelsea.
What's her name?
I love you.
Oh, Chelsea. Yeah, shout out to you and Chelsea, man. Happy anniversary.
That's dope.
Lucas and Chelsea sitting in the tree. All right, man. All right, Lucas, you a super citizen,
And
brother.
Chelsea is Sway in the morning.
All right.
Hey, first time caller.
First time
Man,
caller.
and a first
Hold
time
up,
caller.
man.
Bye-bye.
First time caller. Welcome to the Taylor gang. All right.
I love you guys.
All right,
Love you
too.
back.
Thanks for
Have
the
a great
love, man.
weekend.
Peace,
One
bro.
more in there, man. Everybody is nostalgic.
There's so many
bro.
calls.
Like,
My goodness.
wow, man, you just represent such a great time in everybody's life.
Yeah.
And I
Love that.
think it's the way you held yourself too. I've seen you in adversity.
Yeah.
You stayed the same person. I've
Yeah,
seen you
yeah.
in conflict. You stayed the same person.
Yeah.
I've seen you broke.
Yep.
Same person as I see you unbroke.
Yep.
I see you complete, and you stay the same person.
Yep.
Thinking about what Jasmine was saying, and I even think back then when music festivals start becoming a thing,
Mm-hmm.
for me at least, I used to go to all of them, and you guys were synonymous with festivals, right? Festivals don't feel the same for me
Right.
as they used to. Are they still the same to you, or what have you seen?
I think it depends on what you're there for.
Yeah.
But for me, I kind of agree. They're a little
Right.
bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yep.
Yeah. Do you have to adjust your show? I mean, is the audience different or just the run of show?
No. For me, if I'm there, the audience is still the same. Even if I do like a Rolling Loud or something like that, where it's like, a mixture of different crowds. I I think just music in general, you know, you get respect for a certain type of presence up there. So it doesn't matter whether it's old or new. If you still got that presence, people gonna walk away, you know, feeling something. And I always make sure we deliver. Like, I got a cold ass band. I don't really do too much crazy shit with the production, because I'm like cost efficient. But, you know, moving forward, I may bump up the production a little bit, but I don't feel like the best shows are always the best production either. You know what I'm saying? There's shows that are really great where it's like, man, that production was crazy. But sometimes you don't really need all of that. Like, sometimes you just need to, like, command you know what I'm saying? Like, people and like have them experience that shit on another level that they didn't know that they could experience on.
Yeah.
So, I don't feel a difference in my crowds. I just know that the kids, they want to be entertained a little bit differently. And I seen the evolution, because it started, really chill, like smoked out, vibey, you know what I mean?
Right.
But then Our Future, they changed a lot with the element when they started just jumping in the crowd. And then when we started traveling and going overseas, I know, like, Rocky, he loved the mosh pits and, like, all of that stuff. And then, so Cardi and all of them come from Rocky. So that's where you get more mosh pit, more, the aggressive.
A little more aggressive,
like,
a little more physical.
Yeah, because that's how they rock over in Europe.
Absolutely.
But they'll do that to any song, though. Like, they just love it over there.
See you again, they rock.
The mosh pit.
Yeah, like Europe, they throw stuff on stage if they like you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're aggressive over there.
Like, what's the craziest thing you got thrown at you on stage, would you say?
I don't know. I don't know what it was, bro. It hit my foot, and I thought somebody shot me up. I was like, I'm hit. But I just had to keep going.
I'm hit.
But yeah, so I think like the energy and the aggression from Europe, and like how much they appreciate the music, that like translated over here to where it's like we rage now, like you know what I mean? So it's cool.
Wiz Khalifa is here, man. We talk about Kush and Orange Juice too, man. I want to thank you for coming through, man. It's been 7
Thank
years,
you for having
brother.
me, man. I'll pop back up, some more. I miss you guys too, man. I'll be around. Y'all live in LA now? What the heck?
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
for real.
bro.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, you in LA? You be in LA?
Yeah, I live here.
What?
Yeah.
You got a studio at your house?
Yes.
So I could come to your house and get a freestyle?
Pull up.
Say word. You notice I threw that shit in.
I'm with it, dog.
All right.
I'm with it. I'm in my bag right now, so pull up.
That would be incredible.
Okay, I'll pull up and get it.
Yeah, yep.
You want me to do it that way, not get it now? How you want me to do it, Wiz?
It's early.
Okay.
Yeah, it's early, man.
He
It's
just
early.
invited you to his house.
Yeah, I know, Heather. I got the invite. Now I'm going for more. That's all.
Yeah.
That's why he blocked you with the.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in his house. He's trying to get that freestyle. Yeah.
But I'll come by.
All right, cool.
Honestly, I would love to come by and hang with you.
Yeah,
Bro, we known each other so long now.
Yeah, for sure.
We just need to build and bond, homie.
Yeah, I'm with that, yo. I'll be on some chill stuff. I'll be hanging out with my dogs.
Okay.
Just chilling, bro.
Okay.
That would be dope.
All good. I
Posted.
appreciate you.
Let's do it that
Wiz,
I'm
you
glad y'all are here, man. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tracy in New York, we go back and forth, but we're primarily here.
All right.
Give it up for Wiz Khalifa. You a hip hop icon, brother.
Thank you, man.
Super Bowl on the way, y'all.
There
There you go.
it
You
is,
said it.
man.
Yep.
Okay, we want to thank all of y'all for tuning in this week. Had a crazy week this week.
We had a fun week, Sway. It was a great week. It was an encouraging week. Sway sang a duet with Cynthia Erivo, so we're never going to hear the end of that. Wiz, he hit the note from Wicked.
Did you ever see Wicked?
I did.
You see the end when she hits that note?
You did that.
She came in yesterday. John, play it back for Wiz.
Oh, gosh.
In case he wanted me to do some vocals on this next project.
Oh, gosh, Wiz.
All right. Well.
Sway, that's actually amazing.
That wasn't bad.
Wiz, don't add to this, man. We heard it 80 times today already. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't bad.
Oh, gosh.
DB,
No
make
auto
that.
tune.
No, right? Come on, man. Yo, I got it from my brother Wiz.
You got it from Wiz.
I ain't got nothing left to say.
You don't. Have a good weekend.
That's it. That's it. Y'all know how to reach us. All right, stay on the right side of positivity.
You cracking Wiz
DP,
up.
end with a Wiz song. All right? Anyone, okay? Stay on the right side of positivity. We ain't got nothing left to say.